So today's video is the Slime Climb strategy guide. Now if you want to see me play Fall Guys live, I stream every day on Twitch. The starting position for Slime Climb is slightly useful. It helps with some particular speed strats to get ahead of the crowd that I'd recommend only doing if you're on the front row, but other than that, it's not really that important. The randomness is low and the technicality is high because you basically have to use every mechanic you have apart from maybe diving. You have to walk on a multitude of scary surfaces and you have to dodge a large amount of obstacles. So to start with, the strategy section, and this is just an overall approach to start with. Don't treat this level like you would any other level. In this one, it's really never come down to the amount of qualifications you're allowed. It's always come down to the slime eliminating a massive swathe of people. So I would never really worry about getting to the end, whether you have to get there first or last, as long as you get to the end at all. Unless people in the future become really good at this, so far it's not really dependent on anything other than just not being eliminated by the slime. So for this reason, safety strategies I would say are better than speed strategies, but it's totally up to you which one you do. So another basic strategy is safety. Beware of the mob. This is very important for this particular match, especially at the beginning. Be careful of the initial run and the initial turn at the start of the level. It's very easy to get pushed off here. Likewise, the safest strategy is to ensure that you're nowhere near the edge. I would say if you're going to go with the crowd, try and get into the middle of the crowd and try and make sure that you've given yourself enough space to go around the corner. So the first obstacle you're going to come across is the first pusher set. Now you want to take your time here. Don't be afraid to wait a small time at the edge while the mob's getting a bit crazy and pushing everyone out if it looks too crazy. This is arguably one of the hardest bits in Slime Climb due to the fact that the rising slime is quick on your heels and the mob is pushing everyone all over the place, so it's really hard to get to do the plan that you want to do because obviously your plan will go awry due to the mob. You only really get one shot here, so do take your time and try and ensure that you get through this bit safely. If you want to do the speed strat, then you have to run and jump on the first yellow bounce pad and dive up to the balcony. This will help you maybe get ahead so you don't have to worry about a massive mob for the rest of it. I only personally do this if I'm in a good starting position because otherwise you just get mobbed out and all your plans just don't work and you get knocked about, and if you fail this then you land in the slime, probably because of that crack, or maybe the slime just catches up with you. So I only do this if my starting position is good. So the next obstacle is the balls. These shouldn't really give anyone any trouble. If you want to be sure, be on the inner wall so you don't get pushed down. Other than that, it shouldn't really be a problem. This ramp is a nice way to gain some space away from the slime and will allow you to have 2 decent tries on the second pusher set coming up. So the next obstacle, the second pusher set, the timing is very important here. Now the pushers timing is out of sync, which means they'll alternate between a good timing and a bad timing pattern. So you want to try and jump onto the first platform as the pusher is fully extended and moving back in, so you get the most amount of time to jump to the second pusher, even if you have to wait a bit. So if you want the speed strat here, you can go into the first lowest alcove and you can jump up to the platform pretty quickly. This means you can avoid the walkway and maybe the mob. It's easier if you have a running start. So if you fail and you're standing still, it's harder to get up there. The next obstacle is the conveyor belt. You want to run in a diagonal up forward motion across it, and if you're going to collide with something, just change your motion to directly upwards to wait for it to pass. You might want to start this section with a nice jump high onto the conveyor belt so you stay away from the edge. It's really important that you don't fall off here, because if you fall off you could go into the pushers could fall you down into the slime. So just be patient here, you've got plenty of time, and just make sure you get across. So next up, we've got the orange walkways. I didn't quite know what to call them, but you get the idea. And these are strict. These are the strict ones, more strict than the blue walkways that you find in the game Hit Parade. So you want to line yourself up nicely. You can take your time here, it's not a big deal. Line yourself up nice and neatly and then run forwards. And you want to aim to jump to the middle of the next one because again, they are quite strict. You do have several tries if you fall off, so don't panic. One thing you do want to look out for though is if you're running next to someone and you both want to jump onto the second orange walkway at the same time. One of you or both of you will get knocked off, so maybe you want to wait a second before jumping. The next obstacle, the slime hammers. These are pretty free. Just go down the middle and sway left and right to avoid the hammers. If you're going to get hit, you can do a jumping dive over them. They're pretty free, to be honest. If you want the speed strats, then you can maneuver to the top rightmost hammer and jump up the ledge. This will also bypass the walkway. But at this point, it's really not necessary because your mob will really be thinned out by now. Okay, the third pusher set. Now this set is easier than the previous sets. You shouldn't really have any trouble with this. My tips for this would be to take your time and try to avoid touching the actual pusher with your face. I've fallen over an enormous amount of times for almost no reason here, and that's caused me to drop down to the conveyor belt section again. So just take your time and try and avoid actually touching the pushers. Right, and the final obstacles are the slime pushers. So you're on slime and you've got all these pushers and pendulums going on. You want to take your time here as well. This is a common theme. If you're moving too fast and you want to sort of slow down, move in a little circle to wait between the pushers. I normally like to wait between the second and the fourth pusher, although do take it as it comes, you know, your timing will be different to mine. And you want to go through the inner section. This will avoid the pendulum on the corner, and wait between the last two pendulums just for safety. Like, you're pretty much done here, so just be careful. Just run in a circle if you need to sort of wait it out. Okay, so now we're on to our tips and tricks, and the first tip is slime movement. So to reduce your speed, if you're going too fast in a particular direction, you think you're going to crash with something, you run in the opposite direction. The easiest and best method I find to stabilize yourself when you're on slime is to run in a little circular motion. The second tip is grabber's delight. Beware the end of slime climb. It's definitely a place where players enjoy grabbing other players and holding them and trying to dunk them in the slime. So you'll either see people holding you into a pendulum so that the pendulum knocks you off, or they might just grab you towards the edge so that when the pushback happens from the grab, you get like slime drift and it knocks you off the platform. So if you think someone's going to grab you, then it's probably best to jump dive over them as long as you get off the slime. So just be careful. Obviously, if any of you like to do that type of thing, this is the perfect place. So that is it for the strategy and tips and tricks for Slime Climb. We're going to look at some games now where I actually go through a lot of the stuff that we talked about. I do some speed strats, I do some slow strats, so hopefully it's a bit there for everyone. Thank you for watching. If you want to watch me live again, I stream on Twitch every day. So thank you for watching. Take care, and I'll see you again next time. After a tile's been used or something, drop it, so that you have to start doing some jumps. I'm on the front row, so maybe speed strat is okay here. Yeah, there you go. That's a good example of speed strat. There's no point really doing speed strats unless you want to get ahead of the game, because this bit's easy too. But like, the game's never about how many people get through, it's always just about the slime, so. These are quite tight, so make sure you line it up nice and cleanly. This is free. Bow. Right, my suggestion is don't go on the green here, because I've had plenty of times where I just fall over for no reason and get pushed off. So I reckon it's something to do with the green. Right, take your time on this. Prepare yourself. This guy trying to get first, I suppose. I might lose if I try and get first. I really don't care that hard. I think I've expunged all my tips for this. There's a couple of speed strats. They're just really used to get you ahead of the crowd so you don't get like bodies knocking you about. I'm at the back, so I don't have that luxury. Really, I'm just going to have to deal with the bodies, so just go safe. You know, it's not about coming first or anything, it's just about being safe. Because look at that. If you fall down there, you lose. So it's risky. So I don't like doing the risk. Now you get 2 chances at this before the slime gets you. So if you fall down once, you get 2 chances. You can jump up there, but I'm not going to bother. I'm going to time my thing a little bit better. Okay, here we go. That was a fall over. That's scary. Okay, cool. somebody trying to grab me there. That never happens. People try and grab you. Oh no! I wasn't scared. Line it up nice and neatly. These are the tight ones. Okay. This is free. And don't touch the green. I want to get away from that guy because he's grabbing me. Oh look, see what I mean? I hardly touched it and I just fell over. But you get a couple of tries on this. I think it might have been actually touching the thing actually, oh for God's sake. Oh my god, are you serious? How is that always happening? I don't understand why I fall down there. Slime's coming to get me, boys. But it's alright, it's always about the slime in this level and never about the amount of people. So it's really just take time, you'll be fine. Go around the inside on this one. And then we're good. This guy. You got harassers, yeah man. Do you see like what I mean though? I really hate that because you just sometimes fall over for like, I don't see the reason. I think it's because I'm clipping the moving blocks. I'm just like clipping it with a shoulder and then you go, oh! And just fall over, you know? Really, really weird to me. Like you're like a footballer. You know, like, oh my god, something touched me on the nose. Oh, I tried to fall over.